Hello Minecrafters, this is Kilgore32, another video, kind of a walkthrough video of the goings-ons on our server for our clan site, the Brotherhood of the Commissioned. It's been a while since I've had one of these videos up. We've gone through quite a few changes. The final release of Minecraft came out, or what they're calling the final release. So of course we generated a new world. We've also added quite a few mods to the server over what we had from last time. So we've added Buildcraft, IndustrialCraft 2, Forestry, RailCraft, and RedPower. Without further ado, I'll take us for a little walkthrough on some of the stuff that we've built already. Alright, so our spawn point is a little bit westy here. When I first set up the map, wandered east a little bit until I found a nice RedPower volcano here. Always wanted to have a base built into a volcano, so here's kind of where we set up for our first permanent little settlement here. So I've got a mine down inside there. Up on the roof we have a few of RedPower's solar panels powering. A battery box up there and a few electric furnaces, blue electric furnaces, an ally furnace in there. And then we've got a few, mine tunnels down there as well. Heading out into the open of what we're calling Volcano Village here. We've got a animal pen in here with some cows, some chickens, since breeding's working. We've built a few forestry farms over here. This one's our wheat farm in town. Looks like somebody already ran it through a cycle, so there's no wheat here to harvest. But we'll see if I can find somebody else or another farm around here that actually does have some to harvest. And just a bunch of seeds in the chest. Let's see, what else do we have around here? Our train station, which I'll show you in a little bit more detail later when we go somewhere. Also have a forestry peat farm over here. Peat is a fuel for some new engines that are incorporated into the forestry mod. Similar to the steam engines in normal Buildcraft, although they don't explode, and the peat actually lasts a little bit longer. So if we hit the switch, the farmer and the planter will both start running off electric engines, which are also a forestry thing. And we can see the peat starting to travel up through the pipe over to the chest there. Gets replaced with regular dirt after it's been harvested. So the peat bog will go through and replace that with new peat waiting to mature. So while that's running, we'll go take a look at our forestry farm over here. Our forestry tree farm, I guess. So here it is. Same idea. All of them, you have a planter machine and a harvesting machine. So we supply it with power and it'll go to work. So it'll harvest the trees. Put the logs in the chest. You also see the sand at the base of the trees. It will harvest that and replace it with new soil called humus and plant new saplings there so that we can grow more trees. So there we can see a tree being harvested. The logs should be making their way through the pipes there, Buildcraft pipes, and over to the chest here, as do half of the saplings. So some of the saplings will go back to the arboretum to get replanted, and then some of them will go over into the chest there so that they can be fermented into biofuel. So over here is my warehouse. I've got 6 liquid containers here. On the far right we've got oil, we've got regular Buildcraft fuel. Down in here should be lava. There we've got water, biofuel, and then finally, biomass, and then biofuel. Down underneath the ground here is my workshop. So here I've got an array of pipes which go both into the workshop down below and then also up into a tank cart loader up on the roof, so that we can transfer it via rail out anywhere we want to, really. So there's a fermenter there which converts the saplings and fertilizer into biomass, which can then get converted in the still over to biofuel and then up to the tanks. Biofuel can be run in normal Buildcraft combustion engines. The biomass is used by these biogas engines, which produce about the same amount of power, but it's the green version, right? So kind of eco-friendly around here. Up in the ceiling we do have RedPower's Lumar lights in place. Oh, let's see. Peat bogs just chugging along there. We'll look at a couple of houses before we move out. Here's a little substation that we built using the IC2 power grid, or IndustrialCraft 2 power grid. There's a solar array over by Ranger's house, which we'll go look at in a minute, that's running power into this MFE, which is full. I also have two biogas generators, which are fed off of my warehouse there as a backup for when the chunk that the solar array is in isn't loaded, so we don't run out of power. Because all our forms are running off of the electric engines, which are also incorporated in Forestry. They run off of IC2 power and produce Buildcraft power. So up on the hill back there we've got a few other houses. I think these belong to Kos and Andric. So you can see we're making use of a lot of the IndustrialCraft machinery. We got wiring going all over the place in here. Alright. Rebel, longtime member on the server, he'll build this beautiful train station for us. Right now, it's got two destinations, which are Rapture. We're rebuilding the underwater city project, like the one from BioShock, and Rangers Village. So we'll set it to go over to Rangers Village. I've already got a minecart here because my cart dispenser's full. That's also in RailCraft. So I'll hop in the cart, hit the launch button, and away we should go. Switch rail is going to point us the right way. On all of our rail systems, or the two that I've got so far, at about every 10 chunks or so, because that's about the load distance we found, I've got a diversion rail here. Works off the signaling system in RailCraft. Very, very neat design. So basically it prevents collisions. If I got two rails heading opposite directions, or minecarts heading opposite directions, when they hit the switch rail, the first one will get diverted, the second one will glide right on past it, and then the first one will be allowed to launch from there. And they work off the block signal, so we can see here the path is green because there's no cart moving that way. If I pick it up, push it, now I can see that it's turned red because the cart stopped. If I get the cart moving again, it should be yellow, I would think. Yeah, because the cart's moving away from us. Once it stops, it turns red. And if there was a cart the opposite direction, it's also red. So using that logic and a few controllers, switch motors, and switch rails, we can control the flow of traffic. So over here is Ranger's house. He's built a nice, he always builds really, really nice, aesthetically pleasing houses. So here's his latest design up here. He's also pretty big into IndustrialCraft, so we've got quite a few IndustrialCraft machines in here. And using the micro blocks and RedPower, he's built some nice furniture in here as well. So everything looks pretty nice. Alright, over here off to the right is a village, Minecraft village. We'll go take a look at that in a minute. Here's a coke furnace. It's another RailCraft item. Converts coal into coal coke, and as a byproduct produces creosote oil. The RailCraft greatly expands on the number of types of rails and different things that you can build with it. Most of the normal rails are based off of that creosote oil, and that coal coke burns about twice as long as normal coal. So that's helpful if you're running a lot of Buildcraft steam engines. Okay, out here is some fuel storage from a Buildcraft refinery that Ranger built out here in the desert, as is the solar tree farm here, which is pretty much powering everything all around us. So generates quite a bit of power during the day, and then the power storage units that we have set up around keep it going during the nighttime as well. We're going to head back, and I'll kind of show off the rail system heading out towards our underwater city, and kind of show what that project's looking like as well. Actually, while I'm here, I think he's got a wheat farm right up here. Nope, that's a peat bog. I thought he had one around here. He's got a forestry tree farm here. House over here built by one of our members, Mystic Iron. Let's take a look in there too. Pretty tall. Yep, Mystic's house. A lot of wood. Oh wow, check out the roof. Or attic. Very nice. Alright, so we're going to head back towards Volcano Village using the rail system. Yeah. So that boarding rail that I just got it on, notice it's an improvement over the normal powered rails. In fact, that you can't push the cart off of it. It requires a redstone signal like so to launch us off. Up there is, oh, there's the forestry wheat farm right over there. Anyway, so here's a mob trap which we brought over from our old 1.8 world. Was a gravity trap, but they also converted it into a lava kill trap over there, and uses some Buildcraft pipes to sort out the materials and put them in proper chests for you. One of our cows got out of the pen. Alright, let me change my destination over here, and we'll start heading out. Actually, before I do that, let me go show you something in a minute.